to ask the questions at the end, just post the question in the Q&A or chat. But we are happy to discuss throughout the session and to keep the discussion flowing and interactive. Marek, I believe the floor is yours, and I am starting the recording now.
Thank you, Zuzana. So I'm going to share my screen for you to be able to see what is going on and what we are speaking about. Hopefully, you can see my screen. Okay, so
yes, we can see your screen. Sorry.
Yep, thank you. So my name is Marek Sar, and I work in Excalibur company as a senior solution architect. So I have many years of experience working with Excalibur products such as MFA or PEM, and finally the Excalibur version 4, which is, by the way, called Excalibur SAM. This is our agenda, what is waiting for us today. So as Zuzana said, at the first, Edo will talk a little bit about Excalibur company. For those who are not familiar with Excalibur as a company, then he will try to explain on a few slides what the Excalibur SAM technology is really about. And then I will continue with the introduction to the technologies and comparison of them regarding the on-prem access management versus software as a service deployments. And then I will try to explain the tunnel client as the mechanism, how to connect or how to reach isolated networks. Then I will continue with the RDP and SSH tunneling concepts. Two demos are waiting for us, so I will show you how to configure and install tunnel client. And in the next demo, I will show you how to use it as the SSH and RDP proxy. Then we will talk a little bit what are the takeaways of this workshop. Then there will be a Q&A section for your questions. So Edo, the stage is yours now, so please go ahead.
All right. Hello, everybody. Basically, this introduction is for anybody who don't have any further information about Excalibur to make sure that we are not jumping straight to the topic. What you need to know basically is on the screen that we are as a Slovak-based cybersecurity company based in Europe. We are members of a multiple European organizations like EXO, European Cybersecurity Organization, European Cybersecurity Competence Center, and of course, there are some parts of the European Union that are dedicated to the defense. So the EUDIS, the Defense Innovation Scheme, and also we've been a digital champion for the 2025 for the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. This we consider something like a benchmark for us to be in the part of the high quality technology that we are developing in Excalibur. Also, it's confirmed by the standard ISO combination. All right, Mark, can you jump to the next slide, please? And yes, we are talking about Excalibur SAM. So why it's called SAM? Why not PEM? What does that mean? Basically, the standard model for the privilege access management is talking about the privileges or the privileged users. Those are admins or anybody who has extensive permissions within your system. This is how it's made in the standard model. For us, we are protecting not only the privileged users, because we understand that in the current era, any user can be an attack vector. not only just the administrators. So we are switching all out from the privilege access management, and we are replacing it with stream as a stream access management, basically creating a virtual air gap and isolation possibility for the users. So the user basically is interacting with your system without directly touching it. That's how to take it. Can you please jump to the next slide? All right, and we are consisting of 4 basic layers for the Excalibur SAM. The first layer is the multi-factor authentication that we have a natively integrated part. Why it's important? Because a lot of times you have a product that is a standard PAM, and then you need to integrate third-party multi-factor authentication, and the integration itself can create some weaknesses that can be later exploited by possible attackers. The multi-factor authentication we are using is fully passwordless, so we are removing any possibility of phishing attacks, and we are replacing it with a QR code in combination with the phone as a token that will let the user directly into your system. With the phone as it is, we can leverage, for example, geolocation and biometry, which are unique factors that can be tracked directly within the phone. And besides that, there are multiple more factors that we are incorporating into our system to make sure that only the correct person can directly log into your system while not using standard name or email and password. So you don't have to worry about the rotations of password, remembering of the password, writing it somewhere on your paper besides your computer, and so on. We would like to remove these practices from the functionality of everyday company. Let's go to the second layer. Basically, your standard user is authenticated by the multiple factors that you set up as an administrator, and then he's sent to the SAM dashboard. Basically, where the isolation by streaming is happening. I believe we will be able to also understand the streaming later on over here, but I will not probably have the capacity to do it right now. But what the dashboard can do also is to granulate your access. So users can access only just the parts of the system that they are required to, which is basically how we can replace, for example, standard VPN models. Everything is full clientless and agentless, so you don't have to install anything on your machines directly. Everything is working through the standard HTML5 browser, and all the sessions, all the dashboards, all the multi-factor authentication, everything is happening there. The only thing that you probably need to install into your infrastructure will be the tunnel that we are going to talk about. There is a tunnel package that we have, and also, of course, there is a dedicated application that you need to have in your phone to make sure you can access the system. Within the system, besides the standard multi-factor authentication, there is also a model for the peer verification, where the manager or administrator or any superior needs to approve actions within the system. And of course, some just-in-time model, where, for example, when you have third-party people joining your infrastructure, they need to ask first, set up some time window where they need to join, and they need to be approved before joining to the system. So, and that leads me to the third layer. And the third layer is the full auditability and visibility. So whatever is happening in your system needs to have some comprehensive possibility to view it, to see what happened, and also to take actions if it's necessary. So first thing is that anything is fully locked in a comprehensive logs, and of course every action of the users, doesn't matter if it's administrator, user, or a third-party person who is joining as a just-in-time, everything is fully recorded. And can be seen backwards just for the sake of the possibilities of the administrators. Everything that is happening also in the system is cryptographically signed to the user. So while the user is using the biometry from the multi-factor authentication, we are completely able to bind this biometry to these actions. So it's creating a non-repudiation scheme where the user can't cancel or disagree that this is not something that he did in the system. So this is the third layer, and let's come to the last one, the fourth layer. That's the AI oversight. So imagine the scenario where you have your user is authenticated into your dashboard. He can access, for example, only just some of these resources, some of the servers. He's joining the server. The server, everything is of course fully logged and fully recorded, but still he has something that he would like to do, for example, try to drop down the database. How do you prevent somebody to do the action? So that's why we are calling it intent-aware access, meaning we understand the intent of the user while he is joining and to the infrastructure and joining to your resources. And this AI layer is basically taking care of what is happening live on the user's feed and what he is doing inside of the session. Also, the AI has the possibility to fully terminate the session. For example, your user is going to click. For example, the click drop the database, but the layer of AI and the stream part will not will not be able to execute the command because the AI will stop it, despite the fact he's clicking on the button. So if this happens, the AI can stop the session completely, send everything to the administrators to showing the intent, but preventing the damage to your system. So basically, you can take full action and the full responsibility for the user. Also, of course, for the administrators, there is a comprehensive summary that is available to him at all times. These are the 4 layers. That is just the overview. Right now, we are going to dive deeper into the second layer, where's the SAM, how to configure the tunnel, and also to the proxies. Of course, if there are any questions, please feel free to ask me or contact me anytime. We can set up a demo if you don't have the information about the system, and we can make it work. But right now, I'm returning the word to Marek, and he will guide us into the deeper details of the system. Thank you.
Thank you, Edo, for your introduction. So, as Edo already said, we will try to focus today on the second layer, which is basically the SAM, or better to say, a PAM component of the whole platform. So this is only a few takeaways or to repeat or to recall or remember what are the particular layers about. So we will try to focus on the SAM dashboard. Okay, so at the first, before the technical demo, I would like to talk a little bit about the topic regarding the legacy PAM systems versus Excalibur SAM. And we will try to compare the on-premise deployments and the software as a service types of deployment. All right, so first slide is comparing traditional approach of the legacy PAM solutions. So the picture showing this is on the left side, and on the right side you can compare how the what is the Excalibur's approach to cover all the components of maybe some complex infrastructure. Okay, so what are the main differences between those two solutions? So at the first, legacy PAM systems have the first major issue, and that is the scalability. On the picture, I will try to show you. Well, this circle, it's not okay. It is. So this circle is showing us that the complexity of the deployment of the legacy solution could be quite complicated. There are many components. Each component requires dedicated virtual machine. Some other components require bare metal. For example, some other vendors require to have the identity vault or the secret vault to be running, or the dedicated bare metal machine. That's the first reason. The second reason why it is so complex is that it requires some hardened operating system. So there are typically two approaches. The first approach is that you need to prepare the hardened operating system yourself, or, and that's the better case, the vendor have some available installation scripts that will, after the product installation, harden the operating system itself. But the red circle is just showing the components regarding the pump solution. This has nothing to do with the required multi-factor authentication, or maybe some other integration in the authentication systems, such as, for example, one-time passcodes, or Active Directory user accounts, or the SAML integration, or whatever is available, such as, for example, auth2 tokens, and so on, passkeys maybe. So yeah, the first, the scalability. If I would like to scale the already deployed solution in the future, it is quite complicated. So I need, again, prepare some more virtual machines, or to buy more bare metal servers, install again all the components, and try to make the deployment more powerful, and to be able to serve to more users. In comparison with Excalibur, all you can see is basically this. This is just simple Kubernetes cluster, which will take care about these scalability tasks. So if your Kubernetes cluster is powerful enough, then you can take, or you can tell to Excalibur, or you can configure the Excalibur, okay, there is a need to serve to more users, so Excalibur can scale up, and this type of scaling we are calling the horizontal scaling. So there are already built-in mechanisms in Excalibur as the cloud native application. By the way, about the Excalibur as a cloud native system, we will talk more about it in the next workshop. But basically what Excalibur does, it can cooperate, or it can tell to the cluster on which it is running, please, I need more resources. For example, from the PAM engine, I need more replicas. So the Kubernetes cluster will take care, and will spawn or create multiple replicas to be able to cover all activity of all the users. Okay, I will clear my my drawings, and yeah, the rest is basically the same. So this part is typically the users or customers infrastructure. The same we can see in here, including some cloud environments, maybe some private cloud infrastructure, or public cloud, whatever is interacting with the cloud itself. So all the systems, all the applications. Also, I was talking about the need of third-party identity management systems, multi-factor authentication platforms, maybe some SAML integration, and that's it. In comparison to Excalibur, Excalibur already has majority of these functionality already included. Okay, so another main disadvantage is the operational complexity. yeah, if you need to manage such complex system, it requires quite a lot of people to be involved. For example, database administrators, operating system administrators, virtual machine, and so on, so on. So it is quite complex. In comparison to Excalibur, if you need to manage such system deployed on premise, basically 1 or 2 people are completely enough, because uh, one person or one technician needs to take care about the Excalibur application itself. So, for example, configuration of the users, invitations, security policy, spam targets, and so on. And second person will take care about the Kubernetes cluster, and that's it. You don't need anything else or anybody else. The next disadvantage is high maintenance cost. If you need several bare metal machines and several other virtual machines, so the costs are scaling up, they are summing up. So in the future, it could cost more or much more than the beginning. But basically, with Excalibur, it is still the same, still the same complexity, still the same Kubernetes cluster which the Excalibur is running on, and that's it. And also, I'm a little bit concerning about the security risks as well, because during the ongoing operations, the system needs to be patched. This is also underlying operating systems needs to be patched, applications, databases, and so on, so on. So regarding the Excalibur, you only need to take care about the patching of the Kubernetes cluster, and then patching of the Excalibur application. By the way, Excalibur can be deployed on premise using the Helm chart, and it is very easy to deploy. It is much easier to upgrade as well because of the cloud native nature of the Excalibur platform as it is. Okay, so this was the on-premise use case, and let's try to check the other use case when the legacy PAM system is deployed in the cloud. Again, lots of complexity of the ecosystem. So on the left side, this is the local infrastructure of the client. In the middle, it's still local components of the SaaS solution, because you cannot open or you cannot allow all the necessary access on the firewall to access the systems and applications directly from the internet. So again, you need some components. As you can see, I just selected 2 of them. For example, some tunneling client. There are multiple solutions how to cover these. You can use site-to-site VPN, or you can install or deploy a dedicated tunneling client. Then you need some connectors, for example, for Windows servers or Windows desktops. Then you need to configure them, install them, maintain them, keep them updated, and so on. And then there is the cloud infrastructure, which is basically being maintained or managed by the vendor itself. But still, solution as a service, so you will buy the service, but still you need to take care about the locally deployed components. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Excalibur SAM, which is, by the way, deployed as the software as a service. So all you need is just to install so-called Excalibur tunneling client. You may need one, you may need one more, or you can deploy as much as you need. And also you can deploy them if needed on the endpoints themselves. So if you need to access only the endpoints, you can install one or multiple Excalibur tunneling client on the endpoints. If you don't need to access endpoints from the cloud and you need to access the rest of the infrastructure, such as Active Directory servers or application servers, database servers, then you need to deploy Excalibur tunneling client in that segment. And basically that's it. As I said, you can have one, you can have multiple. And how it works. So the Excalibur tunneling client, when you install it, activate or configure, it will try to connect to the Excalibur cloud. So the connectivity is going from inside to outside, not the other way. So it's quite easy to allow this type of connectivity on the perimeter firewall. So you don't need to open anything else on the perimeter firewalls to be accessed directly from the internet, because the Excalibur tunneling client, when it successfully connects to the Excalibur cloud, it will create a tunnel. Within this tunnel, there are multiple channels created. And one of those channels is a control channel or management channel. So Excalibur client is listening for the commands from the Excalibur Cloud application server. And if there is the request to create a tunneled RDP or SSH session, Excalibur tunnel client will do so and create new channel within already established encrypted tunnel. So this is the basic principle how the tunneling client works. Are there any questions regarding this? Okay, I cannot see any. So I will continue. Already mentioned that the tunnel is encrypted. Not only that, the tunnel is, when it is being created by the Excalibur tunneling client, the tunnel client will verify the application server running in the cloud for its validity, and also the Excalibur application server in the cloud will try to verify authenticity of the Excalibur tunneling client. So this is called the mutual TLS authentication, and basically this is it. There is a strong encryption used based on certificates and private keys. So it's not easy to be somehow hacked or misused by the attackers. And Excalibur tunneling client will create a new channel within the tunnel only when it is required by the application server running in the cloud. Okay, I already mentioned what's going on inside the tunnel. This is a little bit better picture how it looks like. This is it. What I was talking about. So always there is the management channel running within the tunnel, and every time there is a request to create another channel for the PAM session, the Excalibur tunnel will do so. Currently, it is possible to tunnel RDP, SSH, and VNC sessions. Web sessions are on the roadmap and should be available soon. Okay, some takeaways about the tunnel client. So tunnel does not need any already opened access from outside in on the perimeter firewall, only from inside out. This connection is encrypted. It is mutually authenticated between the client and the application server. And also, this tunneling client acts as a connection broker. So it can tunnel also possibility or connections which will be used to integrate already existing Active Directory or any other identity store running on premise or in the client's infrastructure. So we can use this client to connect from the cloud. I will show you in the live demo how can we achieve this. So that's it. Yeah, it provides seamless access. I already told a little bit about it. The architecture is strictly client server. So Excalibur tunnel client is the initiator of the connection, and it connects to the server, which is, by the way, the application server running in the cloud. Installation packages are very simple. It's not the any virtual appliance or any other bare metal server or any other appliance or pizza box or something like that. It's just a simple installation package available as Debian package. So you can install that on Debian-based Linux operating systems such as Pure Debian or Ubuntu or any other Debian-based Linux distribution. It is also available as RPM package. So all the Red Hat Enterprise Linux editions are covered. Also CentOS, maybe Fedora, I don't know. Because I already still did not test it yet that on the Fedora, but I will try in the near future. But I don't see any possible issues why you could not use Fedora operating system as the platform for tunnel client. And lastly, the MSI package is available as well. I already mentioned you can install the tunneling client on the Windows Server. And if there is any need, you can install that also on the endpoint, so Windows Desktop. The main advantage, if you would like to install that on the desktop, is that, and that will be the part or second part of the workshop, is that this tunneling client can be used as RDP and SSH native client proxy. So maybe that's the main reason why you need to install the MSI package on your endpoint, your laptop or desktop or whatever. Okay, so each software as a service deployment supports multiple tunnel clients to be configured, running, and connected. So you can design your infrastructure however you need that, however you like it, and basically that's it. Also, Excalibur running as a SaaS could be running in the multi-tenancy mode. So multi-tenancy regarding the tunneling clients is also supported. Okay, so there is a time for the first part of the demo. So I will show you how to create a secure tunnel configuration, how to install the client, how to activate it, and how to use it as a pure tunneling client for incoming RDP or SSH sessions. And also I will try to show you how to use it to be able to integrate on-prem Active Directory into the Excalibur running in the cloud. All right, so let's proceed. So first, I need to show you something regarding the Kubernetes or the OpenShift cluster. So I will create Excalibur tunneling client configuration in the dashboard. So we can check what will happen in the behind, basically what will happen in the Kubernetes or OpenShift cluster. By the way, this top window is the OpenShift console, and this is how the microservices are looking in the OpenShift management console. Yeah, it's a little bit messy, but in the OpenShift it always is, or it always looks like this, because when you try to tidy it up, move some components there and here and there, it will re it will reconfigure itself in a few minutes or days, and it will be looking messy again. But that's the nature of OpenShift. It does not matter. Okay, so I've already logged in to the Excalibur console or dashboard, and I will try to create a tunneling client configuration. So look carefully on this part. When I create the configuration, there will be new object automatically spawned, and we can compare the status of the component in the Excalibur dashboard. Okay. Okay, all I need is just to insert the tunnel name. That's it. I'm clicking on the save button, so please look carefully on this part of the screen. Maybe I need to refresh the browser. Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe you can see the difference. This component is a new one. I will try to simulate it again so you can see better. Okay, I will delete it. Look on this circle, and it's gone. So I will try to create it again. Create it. It is already in here, but still on running because it is not blue. And dashboard is showing us the server part is unhealthy. OpenShift cluster already started that, but it is still not running. Now it is. And now you can see that the server status is already green and showing us the server part is healthy. What does it mean? It means that the Excalibur is tightly communicating with the OpenShift or Kubernetes cluster and is commanding the cluster, okay, now I need this and this component to be created. So the OpenShift or Kubernetes cluster will do so. We'll create all the necessary components. In this case, it is only this one. And then the Excalibur application server is periodically checking for the status of the component. As you can saw, when the object or component was already running, the Excalibur dashboard shows us it is fine, it is running, it is healthy, it is ready for connections. So this is basically the nature of the cloud native application in practice. So a very nice demo how the Excalibur as a cloud native application is actively communicating using the management API with the Kubernetes or OpenShift cluster. Okay, this was just the demo server, bare minimum server, so I will not use it anymore for the rest of the demo. So I will delete the tunnel again. You can see the component was stopped and then completely removed, wiped from the OpenShift management console. Okay, I don't need this window anymore and this tab as well. Okay, I will log in. As Ed already mentioned, the first layer is multi-factor authentication. So I will passwordlessly log into the dashboard using my activated token application on the smartphone, using the biometry, and I'm in. Okay, so let's create some tunneling configuration again, and now it will be functional. So I will name that some demo tunnel client. I will just save that. That's it. Now we can see it is still unhealthy because the Kubernetes cluster was commanded to create the required component. It will be ready and running. Yeah, it is now. But the connection status is disconnected. That means we still do not have active connection from the tunneling client. So if I will check the instructions, they are telling me what to do next. So first I need to download the tunnel package. Packages, as I said, are available for Debian-based Linuxes, Red Hat-based Linuxes, such as CentOS, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Fedora, and so on, or Windows servers. So instructions differ a little bit based on the type of the operating system. My demo Linux is Ubuntu, so it is Debian-based. So I will use these instructions. First, I need to download the client. That's the command C URL. I will connect to my Linux machine. I will switch to the root because I do not want to use a sudo command every time. I will switch to the temp folder, and now I will download the installation package to this temporary folder. Should be downloaded because it has only a few megabytes. This is it. So the installation package is already there. The next instructions is telling me, okay, now you need to install the client from the installation package. So I will do that, like such. That's it. It is installed. I will check if it was configured as the system service. So Excalibur tunnel, unrecognized service. Okay. Yeah, status. Okay, so it was installed. It is enabled, but it was trying to run. It stopped. And it told me, okay, it is not activated. So that's the next command. So I need to activate the tunnel client because I need to tell him, okay, please try to connect to the application server. Try to negotiate your encryption key, your certificate, and then the second part of the command is right here. And that means, okay, if you are properly configured, then restart to apply the new configuration. Okay, so let's do so. Excalibur tunnel activate. I'm telling him which application server to connect to. Some other encoded configuration information, and then I'm commanding that to restart after successful activation. Let's do so. Okay, the last logs or last log rows are telling me that the tunneling client saved his config file. The config file was saved successfully. The private key was stored to this file, certificate to this one, and all the certificate chain to this. Now I will check again the status of the Excalibur tunnel service. Now I can see it is enabled. So auto start after the operating system reboot is turned on. And status of that, now it is active. So it means it is running. Let's check the status in the Excalibur dashboard. Connected. It's green. So that means the tunneling client is now actively communicating with the application server. Everything's fine. The last connection status was checked 1 minute ago. I have the latest available version installed, and that's it. Okay, so my tunneling client is running, is connected, and can be used for such SSH or RDP sessions. So I will create few PAM targets. So first one will be, for example, SSH, some demo SSH. Let's copy all the necessary information. So tunnel, this one, the new one, which I already created a few minutes ago, installed and activated. That's it. Now I can insert the hostname or IP address of my Linux server or SSH server, which will be the connectivity to this device will be tunneled through this demo tunneling client. SSH port, it is a standard one. I will also enable clipboard. I will also enable file transfer. So I will show you it is working through the tunnel. Now I need to insert some authentication details. So I will proceed. I will insert the password, hopefully correct one. I will save. Okay. There was a green information that the SSH PAM target has been successfully created. During the configuration of the PAM target, the Excalibur is actively checking the connectivity. So this means the preliminary check of the connectivity was successful. That means I should be able to connect to the PAM target right now. Let's try that. Yep, it is working. I can show you some basic command like such. Works. I will try to transfer some file. Maybe this one. Yeah, seems to be working nicely. Yeah, the file was transferred successfully. By the way, I was able to connect to the Excalibur tunnel client SSH interface itself. So that's a very nice feature. I will log off. Now I will try to configure some RDP target, which will be tunneled using our newly created and activated tunneling client. RDP target. Maybe the RDS server, because that server is a remote desktop services server. I will configure for connectivity our newly created tunneling client. Instead of hostname, I will use the IP address like such. I will configure some login details. Since it is the domain joint server, I need to specify the domain as well. And some regular stuff, such as to turn on the file transfer, to enable copy and paste functionality. And let's try. Okay, connectivity was successful. Let's try to open the RDP session. It is working nicely. Okay. Good. I will log off. And now I will try to create a new identity store, which will be, by the way, the Active Directory server from the same segment or network subnet as the tunneling client is. So, Active Directory based one. I will call that, for example, tunnel@ad. I will configure the base DN. I have already prepared some notes to be able to configure that more quickly. And here you can see a possibility to configure the tunnel. So I will select my tunnel. Now I will configure the host name or the IP address. Since I'm using the unencrypted LDAP connection, the IP address is absolutely enough. What else I need? Bind DN. Okay, so that's the distinguished name of the service account. It will be this one, and the password of that, like such. Okay, it was created. Now I will try to save the configuration so we can check that the identity store component was able to connect to my locally running Active Directory server, which is not directly accessible from the internet, but I'm using the demo tunneling client. As you can see, it is connected. Just to make sure that everything is configured properly, I will try to create a simple invitation from that identity store. So I will select my tunneled Active Directory. And as you can see, all these users are configured on my locally running AD. And now I'm able to send them the invitation as required. All right, so this is the end of the first part of the demo for today. Are there any questions? I cannot see any.
Seems like there are no questions for now,
Yep.
but we invite you to ask and join the discussion anytime.
Yep. Okay, so I will continue with the presentation now, or with the second part of that. And we will be talking a little bit about the Excalibur SAM, RDP and SSH proxy for native clients such as Microsoft Remote Desktop Services client, PuTTY as the SSH or standard Linux SSH command, and many other clients which administrators or regular users typically use for their daily activities. Okay, why we are talking about the native clients, since we have access to the SSH and RDP systems using the Excalibur dashboard? Well, that's because system administrators have their habits and they are a little bit conservative how they manage their systems. So they are using native SSH and RDP clients. So they do not use or do not want to use anything else because they are familiar with those tools. They have such a level of flexibility, and a lot of administrators already integrated them into their workflows, into their daily activities, and so on. So that's the reason why the administrators do not prefer to change the behavior and also to replace used tools. So they are trained, they behavior is like that, and in that case, they maximize their daily productivity. So the next reason why they do not change that is that the transition to a little bit different approach can be challenging. And it can be very challenging when we are talking about the day-to-day or daily routines. And also, administrators have already fine-tuned and configured their SSH and RDP clients in the way that it is absolutely enough and perfect for them, and they do not want to change anything. So there were several requests and demands to bring the native client support into the Excalibur. So we decided to take care and create such mechanism, and that mechanism is basically called SSH and RDP proxy. So maybe you are asking, okay, why you are showing us the same picture? Well, it's not the same. It's a little bit different, and it is telling us that right on the Excalibur tunnel client, we can run such RDP and SSH proxy. So administrators or regular users can use that tunneling client as the SSH or RDP gateway to connect to the required target systems using the native clients, such as Microsoft Terminal Services Client, PuTTY, whatever the users or administrators are using. And the picture is telling us, yep, this is possible. If there is need to connect to the native client, it will connect to the Excalibur tunnel client, and tunnel client will take care about the rest. So user will be finally connected where the user needs to be connected. The main advantage of our proxy is that the authentication is needed. That's normal. That's correct. That's absolutely non-disputable fact that the user needs to be authenticated when he's trying to connect to the PAM target using the native client. But we also replaced the standard passwords or private keys using the QR codes. You may be asking, okay, we are running SSH. SSH is text-based communication protocol. How about the QR codes? Well, we were able to create a pluggable authentication module for Linux, which is able to show or to draw QR code in the native clients such as Qt or whatever else. There is a little bit one drawback or disadvantage that, for example, WinSCP, which is, by the way, the Windows-based utility to copy files between the user's computer and SSH systems. The main disadvantage of this is that the WinSCP is not able to show the QR code, which is sent to the SSH session, because SCP is, by the way, the same principle as the SSH, the same connectivity and so on. But that's the drawback. So users cannot use WinSCP as before, but there is possibility how to proceed to copy the files between the users' PCs and the remote systems. And I will try to show you that in the next demo. But there is a lot of advantages, and so all these proxy sessions are still monitored. There is still going on storing and logging all the necessary activities performed by the users, and also all the audit information. And that's it, why we created such SSH and RDP proxy, because it is seamlessly integrated into existing workflow. So user just will scan the QR code and will be logged into the target PAM to the PAM target by the Excalibur application server. Okay, so I will try to compare that with the legacy or traditional approach of the other vendors. As you can see, again, a lot of complexity on the picture, a lot of components, a lot of different stuff which needs to be maintained, which needs to be regularly patched and updated, upgraded, and so on. And it's not really easy as you might imagine. And yeah, for example, digital vault server, separate machine, RDP server, RDP client, credential provider, etc., etc. For example, IIS, Internet Information Service, so HTTP server running on the Windows. Nobody likes it. Nobody wants to take care about it, and yeah, lots of complexity, lots of troubles. And I will show you how the Excalibur can do that much easier. All right, so back to our Excalibur console. I will switch back to the tunnels or to the tunnel configurations. And now I will configure my already created tunneling client. Okay. I will switch on RDP proxy, and I will turn on SSH proxy as well. Okay, done. I will check on the client machine if my client is already listening on those ports. AL6, and it is listening on the port 33899, and it is listening on the port 52s. Let's compare. Yeah, 33899 and 52s. All right. You may ask, okay, And now how user can connect to such, for example, RDP or SSH target. So let's try that. I will switch to the targets. I will show additional information, for example, about this SSH PAM target. And here is the new tab, which is telling me, okay, I can select require tunneling client, and there will be some instructions how to connect using the native client, using the SSH proxy. Okay, here is such information, but there is a little bit of bug because there is not listed the IP address of the client. There are 4 zeros. This is not correct, but I remember the IP address of the tunneling client, so I can proceed. Okay, I will switch to the second Ubuntu window, and I will replace those zeros by the IP address of the tunneling client.
We lost someone.
We lost Marek, we lost our presenter, but he told me that this might happen, so I'm sure he will be.
Yes,
he's
I'm sorry
here
for
actually.
that, but I'm back and I will share my screen again and we will continue.
Sorry for this, yeah.
Okay, hopefully you can see I'm sharing again.
Yes, we see.
Okay, so I replaced 4 zeros with the real IP address of the tunneling client machine, so it will behave as the SSH proxy. As the username, I used a special connection string which was provided by the Excalibur dashboard, and that username is simply the identification of the SSH target, I mean PAM target. And QR means I'm going to authenticate using the QR code. All right, maybe some notice. I'm not expecting this to work, but I want to show you what else needs to be done, what else needs to be configured within the Excalibur dashboard. But let's go ahead and I will show you what's going on. Okay, I will try to connect. Yeah, I was mentioning that in the SSH window, we will see the QR code. That's it. There it is. By the way, that QR code is periodically refreshing as usual. So I will try to scan that. Okay, the smartphone is telling me, yeah, there was something wrong. And the error message tells me, yeah, there is unfortunately no security policy configured for such kind of activity. Okay, since I'm the administrator, I will try to configure security policy so we can try to log into the system again. And we will see. Okay, so back to the dashboard, and voila. First, we need to create or use some existing group for these two targets. I will create a new one. Okay, and I will put there some targets I need. So this one and this one. Okay, I will save the group. That's it. Nice. Let's check if the configuration is correct, and it is. Now I need to create security policy. So I will name that SSH and RDP proxy. I will select all users, all administrators or auditors. And the most important part begins here. So I'm trying to authenticate to PAM targets. I will select the PAM group I already created, this one. And I will select some rule set. So for example, default authentication rule set is absolutely enough for me. So I will select that and I will save the configuration. All right, there it is. So let's try to log in again. Yep. QR code, I will scan that. Okay, now it is asking me to select the user. So I will do that. Fingerprint. Permission denied. No. Okay, some permission denied. Can rename and something. Warlog SSH. Permission denied. Okay. Yeah. But I'm in this SSH server or PAM target already configured. Already logged in. I'm only see some error messages coming up, but still I'm connected to such PAM target using the QR code scan from the SSH console. So I will ask my colleague to take care about those error messages, but the principle or the message is clear. I was able to connect. All right, I will show you the next example. For example, how to connect to the Windows machine using the native client. So I will open additional information. I will click on the RDP proxy connection, select the appropriate tunnel configuration, and let's go. Instructions are telling me open your native RDP client. So I will do so. Okay. And now you need to insert, for zeros, I need to replace them with the real IP address of the RDP proxy. So it is this one. I will select the indicated port in the dashboard like such. And also I need to configure username. So I will copy that from the Excalibur dashboard, insert that into my native RDP client and click to connect. Yeah, nice. And there is Excalibur QR code, which I will scan using the mobile application. I will authenticate myself using the biometry. That's it. And now I need to wait a few seconds. And the Excalibur application server will try to authenticate in the background. So we should see RDP connectivity in a few seconds. Something is already changing. Yeah, nicely. I'm connected to the target system. I'm interacting with that as usual using the RDP client. So it seems to be working nicely. All right. This works. Yep, I will try to copy some file from my computer. So let's proceed. For example, something from downloaded. Yeah, I need this picture. So like such. come on. And I will try to paste it on the desktop. Yeah, it works. Fantastic. I will try to open that. Yeah, it is working. Okay. I will terminate the session. Okay, connection was closed. There was a little bit of information that the session has been terminated, and that's it. So, okay, let's check the session list. All right, RDS server, a few minutes ago. Let's play the session recording. Okay, it is informing me the session recording is being converted to a different format. So it may take a while, but it should work for sure. Yeah, or maybe not, but okay. I will inform my colleagues to take care about such bug. Oh, wow. Some serious crash?
No one noticed.
Yeah, but we were talking about the Excalibur as a cloud native application, so it should be up and running within a few seconds. Yeah, it worked. Okay, so maybe I will try again. Okay, still nothing, but yeah, you get it. The principle is basically the same as, for example, in this previous session, which was running using the web browser. So it should be recorded and stored in the same way, and I should be able to play it in the same way as usual. Okay, I will try to show more details about that proxy session, and here you can see also the file transfer has been recorded, and the copy of the file has been stored on the application server. So I will try to download the copy of the file. Yeah, it is working. Okay. All right. So yeah, basically that's all from the SSH and RDP proxy for today. And yeah, what are the takeaways? In both scenarios, if it is on-prem or software as a service, the deployment of the necessary Excalibur components is much easier than the legacy PAM systems. I would like to be sure that the deployment is also more secure, and also regarding the native RDP and SSH sessions, because I was not using any usernames, any passwords. I was just scanning the QR code, and the Excalibur application server has taken care about the rest. And the second main advantage to this is that the users can connect without direct access. I mean the tunneling functionality, and also they can use their well-known native clients, tools, and behave the same as in the past. Also, as I showed to you, all the actions are audited. All the activity is stored as the recording, or should be stored as the recording. And also, if there is any file transfer, it should be the copy of that should be stored on the Excalibur server as well. Yeah, and that was all from my side for today. I'm happy we were able to take all the demos. Almost everything was working, and yeah, Zuzana, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Marek.
Stage is yours now.
Thank you. We know we have a question in the Q&A, but before we move to that and to hopefully more wider discussion, I would like to, first of all, thank you for your time and attention, but I would also like to tell you that all you just saw and all that Marek just showed you, you are able to try now for free. I'm posting link, a direct link for application and a contact for Eduard, who was here with us before, our other speaker. We have a limited offer for the whole Excalibur SAM platform. It's a completely at no cost for 12-month deployment. Plus, if you choose to continue your next 12 months, 12 months will be with 75% discount. If you are a potential customer, please contact your local partner, as that will be much more easier and better for you. If you are a partner, we are happy to have a talk about this. If you are a company, please just sign up. We will be happy to schedule a call and tell you more about our limited offer. And now I'm happy to follow with the discussion. We have one question from Y in the Q&A part. Marek, there's a question for you. The question is, are there advantages for using PAM over SAM that would make the clients hesitated to change or implement Excalibur?
Okay, maybe the question is not formulated as I expected, but okay. If there are, and what are the advantages for using PAM over SAM? Maybe it was what is the advantage to use native RDP and SSH clients instead of the stream access management based on the web browser? Maybe I'm correct, maybe not, but I do not see any advantage because for me, using the web browser streamed sessions and stream access management is much convenient and much faster to connect to the required PAM target. Also, yeah, as I said, it is more convenient for me because I can have multiple tabs open in my web browser. I can easily switch between them, between the different PAM targets. So yeah, maybe somebody will will think or will tell me that the proxy SSH or RDP connection is much more convenient for him. Okay, I take it, but for me, it is much easier to use SAM.
Thank you, Marek. And I would like to ask others if there are any other questions.
Yeah, maybe there is the second part of the question. Would make the clients hesitated to change or implement Excalibur. Yeah, maybe the hesitance is based on the facts that the implementation of the legacy PAM was quite complex. It took a lot of time, a lot of resources. I mean, a lot of man days, and also it was quite costly to implement such solution. Regarding Excalibur, the next workshop will be about the introduction, how the Excalibur SAM behaves or runs as the cloud native solution. The part of that workshop will be a demo how to easily deploy Excalibur SAM using the Helm chart. So please join us and you will see how easy is the implementation.
On-premise implementation, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we will be very happy to see you again on our next workshop next week, 9th of April. And maybe as we have a previous preparation within the team, there was one interesting question that I just posted in the Q&A part, and that is, Marek, what Linux distributions are supported by Excalibur Tunnel client?
Yeah, I was already telling about it, that the all Debian-based Linux distributions, also all the RPM-based Linux distributions, and yeah, basically it should be supported in Fedora as well. It's still waiting for me to test that, but I do not see any complications or any red lights or blocks why it should not work correctly.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any other questions or comments for discussion? Anyone is welcome to join. Okay, probably not. If there are no other questions, as we mentioned, we will be very happy to see you next week, same time on Thursday, 9th of April at 13:30 of the Central Eastern Europe time. And that's all from our side. Thank you very much again and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes, thank you for your attention. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Всем.
Ja len počkám, kým sa nám všetci odhlásia a potom ukončím event.
Thank you. Bye.